the yellow have been given a little bit of time to get their security in location. The Burkina Faso is part of it, and Mr. Newsom has said that
security is the code word. Niggas, give us your minerals. Now, if you give us your minerals, we let some of you goofy bastards come up in here. Without no minerals, because remember, everybody needs Africa's minerals, we're not going to let you in here. That's what this really means. Okay? I give you a few days to figure out. We need your shit, and we want it. Now, we want some of your goofy people to come get educated here, or feel a little bit. We allow that, but we want your mineral wealth. That's what that means here.
right.
Get your stuff together. Get it together.
Nyako ametoka wapi? Let's start there. Where was Nyako?
She's in Germany.
She had kept quiet for
Yeah.
a minute. I think for me, I was asking about her.
Okay.
So I was like, where had she gone? So, and then all of a sudden she's coming to plead for money.
Yeah.
And she was the same person talking shit about people on TikTok. You know, you forget you're also a human being, you come begging. Let's remind you that. You are there talking shit about people who are begging. You know, now what about you? You're now begging. How does it feel? Let's start there.
Okay.
Wow, so that's okay. I don't know, like, the joke is showing me this karma. No, you're not getting no money, lady. So you were talking shit about people that were begging, and now that's called karma here, time. Instant karma.
Get money. Whether you
She
guys,
will.
She will, yeah, but let's
Yeah.
not forget she talks shit about people.
we don't decline that, but you know people love the Nyako's content.
Yeah.
Literally, one time she was the most trending in the 254, just talking bullshit. And she actually, her content is
That
just
is because she was
moving.
the female kibe and she was calling out the kibe.
No, Jobiana to see what content yakata si kibe. Nyako is that, you remember when she called out Lulu Hassan, she called out Asian, she called out...
So since she's the most trending, Shamani, I'm supposed to pay her bills?
No, the crazy thing is when she goes live, she gets like almost 10 lions in
Right.
a live. Like how crazy was that? And that's why I used to question, like, where did these people get this live? Because on one of the questions where she used to raise money for people, even when somebody is going, I remember there was a time where she had this when women would come to her and ask her for help, so she would host them on a channel, and after hosting on a channel, her gifters would come and gift these women because she's using her channel, right? And she would get some money. But again, one thing about Nyako is she's very abusive.
Right.
Like that's
Verbally.
yeah. Like she'd call you out, she'll abuse you to the
No
death.
reason.
Bully you.
Yeah, she'll bully you and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And people used to use her sound so much
Yeah.
to do TikToks.
Yeah.
I really used her sounds. I was a fan of Nyako literally, and you know, so she's like all the 4 months I've not been around, and then you know people took her to court. By the way, she lost her job in German. Yeah, because of that. Because now they even reported her. Yeah, even to her workplace in German, where she thought she was unreachable.
Yeah.
And then she lost her job
Wow.
in German. Now she started doing TikTok, and then I think she was just facing court back and forth, back and forth. Now she says she has done with that court thing.
Yeah.
She's changing her content. She's not going to abuse people.
That's what
She
she's
just
saying.
wants to continue from where they
After
left.
you got fame.
So she wants to continue from where they left. All her gifters to maintain.
That's what she's saying. Yeah. I believe she's gonna get sorted out. One thing
Shout
about
out to
Kenya,
her.
Kenya's a lawyer. It's not even about her, it's Kenyan.
I won't help her.
That's okay.
I do have people on the law, trust me. Like
That's
I've seen,
okay.
we've had so many celebrities, and it's not something they're supposed to speak about. I'm gonna say it. I do help these people who always put CG what on the law. No, let's say you're so moja, and you that tumefanya kitu ingine. Why not help them? Because me actually adds a big. It add something on that amount in Yamepata.
Yeah.
But someone like her, I'm sorry, I'm not helping her.
Maybe they can't help nobody on TikTok.
I'm not. Me too. These people have
Like
money.
gifting you.
Number
For
one,
what
their mouth.
purpose?
Their mouth is money.
Yeah, mostly TikTokers, when you're mostly the TikTok celebrities.
Okay.
Me, I'd never help any of them.
Why
for
is
real.
that?
Because first and foremost, TikTok is crazy. If you've ever been to lives on TikTok, they know each other. It's a whole world.
Okay. Oh yeah, you were
It's a
mentioning
whole
that.
new.
Yeah.
It's not like Instagram.
Okay.
These are celebrities you've never seen, you've never heard, you don't know what they do. They just go live, they sit, they don't do anything, Iwaton, and they're gifted. And you're like, they just talk and Adi, nikawa na juana, they know each other. Paka wanasengenyana kwa nani alisema hivi. So all that drama It's what people like. It's what keeps TikTok. So you get here like, oh, today is this person, or tomorrow is Asia. That's why you see when there was Asian issue, she's a TikToker, right?
And people
so unasikia kama yeye alinifanya, and it's a TikTok affair. It's not even
it's not on
it's
Instagram.
not even on Instagram.
It's like a family household.
It's a crazy family, and they know each other. That one time I was in somebody's live, I just bumped because you know TikTok. Unaona tu live, mtu akiwa live you can see.
Okay.
It's not like Instagram where you tap the live that you want.
Okay.
When you go on TikTok unapata live hadi unajaiona. Sometimes hadi wanachana tu jaba.
Okay.
Wako kwa 250. Wana medi. Niko like what the hell is happening here? So one time I was in this girl's TikTok live, it popped. And then I'm reading the comments, somebody is saying that's not your house. And I was like, how do you know somebody's house?
Course,
You know, and it was a whole discussion like ananga gypsum kwake.
What? Wow.
So they already know even your dirty secrets. Like they know where you live because you allow them to see that. If you always go live, ulienda kufanya nini? Even their birthday parties I've seen, like sometimes I find their birthday parties flopping on Instagram, coming to Instagram. Unashtukia, oh this, remember that the chick that was saying Mimi wa baba, we discussed about it. It's your only date wa baba only and stuff like that. She's a TikTok celebrity. Nobody knows about her on Instagram.
She's trending today. I didn't know she had a baby.
Yeah, that amekata kupea baby daddy siju whatever.
That's why you're moving with married men.
You see? So I'm like, listen, TikTok is another different. Like mostly the one in Kenya is just, I feel like there's a lot of toxicity. That's why even in the burials of Branchiro you could see all this drama. Oh, sijui nani alipewa pesa. Oh, like it's wamejuana their own darts. They've created a whole family. They discuss, like it's toxic. I don't know if you can understand how it goes. And that's why you find people like sasa wanatusiana. Nani anatusi nani? Oh, your life ndio sign na bamba. We are
it's really childish.
It's a lot because first and foremost now you find even old mature people, old women. I'm like Nyako is like in her 40s. What the hell are you doing there? And it's not only her. You go to this live. There was this footballer guy. His name was Tubonge. He died. He was also posted on Instagram. He was a Kenyan footballer, very famous, like in Oluwach. So he got sick. So after getting sick, he couldn't move and stuff like that. And he got to a wheelchair for almost 3 years, and he had married. So this chick was with her all through. So what they used to do is she used to go live on TikTok, and people would send gifts, and that would sustain their lives. And people, they even started doing brand whatever and stuff on TikTok. But it's because the guy was famous, right? So when the husband died, there was drama. People even went back to her mother home. TikTokers are nuts. Like, yo, it was sort of, I'm like, this person is mourning. Give these people time. Oh, this, but yani they know personal stuff. Like unajua, they yani tu mtu unasikia huyu alikuja tu hapa kutafuta udaku ya kuongelea usiku TikTok. Like it is super toxic when you see that life. So when you see people like kina Nyako and you're like, you're the same person who was doing this and this, and now you're asking people for money, or you want people to come and help you in stuff. A lot of people would not opt to. And that's why personally I'm so strong. I'll never help anybody on TikTok. Like literally, I'll never. Let me meet you in the road and help you physically. I see you, right? Or maybe I've seen, or I've seen you. So like there is the national help where you need help and it has. But you on TikTok, like for real, Nyako, like you're in the States. Exactly, you have, and she's talking about.
They never lack Wi-Fi or bundles to be on TikTok.
And nice houses to do these TikToks, because you don't see them going live on bad houses.
But they don't have money for food.
But they'll come and like even Nyako was saying, it's gonna the same Nyako that is begging. I wish you guys could have had the video. It's so funny saying it's gonna be bigger and better because the house is bigger and the space is bigger and the kitchen is even bigger. So I'm like, this person went to a bigger house, literally, and she's begging people to pay for her shit.
Right.
Why don't you look for a job? And this shows you where the internet has reached people. People opt. People love laziness.
People are not
people
don't want to put in the
people
work.
don't want to put in work. Right now, you ask anybody. Everybody wants to be an influencer. Everybody wants to be an influencer. You're like, what is wrong with? I was on this interview and they asked me what has been normalized. I'm like, everybody's a journalist. And somebody asked me on that, like, what has been normalized right now? And I was like, everybody's a journalist and everybody's a vlogger and everybody's an influencer. Like, people don't want to put in work.
Right.
You know, people are like, I want to be me. I'll just do like my YouTube channel in the house. I'm like, do you know how that YouTube will? Do you know how you will suffer?
And it's just gonna
before even getting that money.
For a week, I'm gonna be okay.
And imagine this is a graduate. this is somebody who has graduated. I could like me. I don't want to work. Me, I just want to be. I'll just cook and do my YouTube cooking, and you expect it's gonna pick like the
Do you know how many times we've been trying to cook?
I
on
know.
YouTube?
I cook every day on TikTok, and I've never even gotten a gift.
How many times have we been trying to vlog? Like how many times? If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. That's something that people don't understand.
People don't understand.
If it was easy, as much as they're saying the normalization,
Exactly right,
A lot of
Joe.
people are doing it
everyone
right
would
now.
be doing it, but they're
Now.
doing. That's why and then we're dealing with very bullshit type of blogs, which are willing to post anything
Any
stupid.
bullshit.
You're gonna trend because of stupidity, and I feel like
So
just
everybody thinks
yeah.
you
And
can
then
just trend for anything.
going back to what Shmani is saying about TikTok, which is so crazy, because TikTok, man, I used to say TikTok is still ghetto, and then Kid used to say no. Like he always says no.
No, it's not. You guys are on the ghetto section. TikTok to me, and I'm telling you, and TikTok always bans me. But I'm gonna be honest. TikTok is, besides the other, is the most organic, the most real social media platform right now. I'm not saying it's gonna always be that way. I don't get no. You guys I don't get no ghetto shit on mine ever. I don't get. That's what I know about the TikTok at night. I don't know nothing about. I don't get nobody dancing on my shit at all.
We're not disagreeing that actually TikTok is educative. That's one thing for sure.
And
Because
it's
if you want to,
still good right
if you want to look for the most trending information right now, TikTok is the platform. You'll get information very quick, more than waiting for the mainstream media,
Or even on
for the
YouTube.
or for the news or for the blogs.
I mean, I hate to tell you guys. I know you guys on Instagram. Instagram is dead.
It's
I know y'all love it. Instagram is dead, except in Africa, but Instagram is dead worldwide.
Exactly.
It is very settled, not ghetto at all. But you'll find people on TikTok again. We'll be I shared with him literally TikTok at midnight. People just begging, and like you say, people wanna be. People don't wanna work. People have just
That's
become
true.
so lazy.
People don't wanna
They just
put
wanna
in the
be.
work.
Even grandmas, you've
Exactly.
seen old women nowadays. Like literally,
You see the one that is sleeping.
Oh, say that again. So even grandma.
grandmas, like for real. Today you find grandmas at midnight.
Like
They're
when they're
sleeping.
sleeping on live,
And
I
then-
can make her to camera,
Send
but
lion,
very-
send lion, and they're sleeping.
oh
Send
my
lion.
god, they even like such kind of videos. You find them, they've moved them to even Instagram on vlogs,
Because-
and then you're like, what the hell is this grandmother doing at midnight?
Literally.
Wow.
Cause it's crazy how TikTok
That's
has
your
become so
grandma and
crazy
your
and make people
loud-
so lazy.
It's the grandchildren
You know?
that make them do that.
That's
Now,
not cool.
and even most of them, those who
That's
have now
not
phones, cause let's
cool.
agree, now we're living in a very digitalized world,
Yeah.
okay, and TikTok is a very famous platform. Even grandmas nowadays know TikTok. Hata kama atakuwa hapo tu kuangalianga tu videos, kidogo kidogo, utaona amefunzwa na grandchildren.
See,
Because
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
they're told by the grandchildren, then the next time ako peke yake. Lion, there's a time I was literally on TikTok and I found this girl. She was sleeping.
I saw
And she's
her
like,
too.
Tuma lion, send lion. I'm like, but you're sleeping.
She's like
You're
80.
too old.
80.
What are you doing here? Begging for lions. So number one, it has made people so, not all of them, it has made people super lazy.
Yeah.
And then we have the TikTok now family like you're talking about.
yeah.
Because I always don't understand what's with the hype.
I know.
What's with the hype of having
Nani was shamba, not in a bad
Yeah, I
way.
get it, yeah.
They look like people from the village. I'm not even saying it in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like the type of celebrity I imagine in my head
Okay.
is not you on TikTok. Because what the hell are you doing? What are you celebrity for?
Because today now everyone wants to become famous through TikTok, dance kidogo, you want to become famous, and all that. And then they the TikTok
Man, that shit funny. What the hell are you a celebrity for?
You don't even look like one.
It's crazy, and they don't help each other. They shame each other.
They
instead.
bully
So
each
you ask
other.
yourself, how is this a TikTok family when all of you are shaming each other?
know.
You can't help each other. When one is having a problem, you're gonna expose each
They
other.
expose each other.
It's just so crazy and childish. People need to grow the F up.
That's true,
That is
true.
all I'm gonna say. It has
Yeah.
made people stupid, thinking doing dances all the time is the 24/7 work or what you're
Right.
gonna do for the rest of your life. Because me, I
Right,
asked
for the rest of your
artists,
life.
even not
Thank
even
you.
TikTokers. I
Okay.
asked an artist this
Okay.
question, and 2 or 3 of them, you're expecting you being an artist for you to pay you for the rest of your life.
As you're starting up off. or for the rest of your
even
life?
where you are right now,
Okay.
whether you're starting where you are right now, already artists, we know they struggle.
for
Kupata
sure.
tu fare. We've spoken about that.
for
Getting
sure.
transport, not all of them.
Yeah.
There are those who come from a very good background family.
Yes,
Of
sure.
course, they have the name. Money wise, they're doing great.
Yeah.
But there are those who are coming from scratch.
Yeah.
You have the money, but financially you're zero. And we saw even Juicy, our blogs posting about it. Like we have literally celebrities who have names, but financially they are zero. It's just your name that keeps on making you pop and you look like you're the shit, but you ain't shit. In real sense, you're depressed. You're depressed. Not all of them. I'm saying not all of them again. I'm not putting everyone in that category. Not everyone. Most of them are struggling. And I remember reading the article. It actually called Buzzroom. I read it very well. Keenly, artist wako na majina. Tuongele Kaveve Kazoze. Anaitwaje? Alikuwa aitwa nani? Kaveve Kazoze. But that lady, remember the Kaveve Kazoze lady?
Yeah.
She trended. She met the governor, the former governor. He gave her money.
She
She gave
went
her
for
money.
shows.
She took a
Even in
plane.
Mombasa.
Went to Mombasa for vacation to
is that?
perform
For shows.
and all that. Where is she right now?
yangu ni Kaveve
Kazoze.
Kazoze. No,
You know her.
such a work song. You have never even heard about
But it trended so bad. They made her famous because of that bullshit.
Okay.
Thinking now she's made it. Look at her right now.
Anauza
Actually
ngoda.
search for she no
Anauza
nasikia.
ngoda
She's a
nini?
hawker today.
Anahawk ngoda
She's
like
a hawker.
panty huko Kiomba.
And this is just last year. She was a big celebrity in Kenya.
And people used her.
Met the
No,
former
I think it's 2
governor.
years ago.
Imagine meeting the former governor. You are told,
2 years
what would you do that? What would you do with that?
Tell this governor to give you a job.
Exactly.
Should
What
like
would you do with
put,
that?
like be a sponsor in my music career.
Like,
Like I feel like she was just so naive, and the
That's
industry
it.
has a lot of praise.
Of
So
course,
a lot of
predators.
predators
Yes.
used her and talked to her. That's why, Joby, I'm saying I disagree. When you say you've asked people, who are
Artists. Do you expect artists to pay you for the rest
so
of their
yeah,
life?
that's the
Yeah.
question I want to disagree on. Everything you've said is true. We see artists here all the time.
Yeah.
They have names. They don't have. They even our
Yeah.
friends.
Yes.
They even ask us for money. We know them, right? The artists,
Oh my gosh.
right? I don't judge because
Yeah.
I know like the industry struggle.
Okay.
But one thing I do agree, it can
Disagree,
pay you. Disagree.
Yeah.
It can pay you for the rest of your life if
Yes.
you're smart.
Yeah.
Joby, there are people who in the industry is paying for the rest of. If
Thank you. Just wait, money. You said if you're smart.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why
If
I'm
you are
trying to
smart.
say it can pay.
It does
You say
pay.
it does pay.
Yes.
For the rest, it can even bring generational wealth.
That's true.
But you have to be smart. As an artist, when you're on the come up, you don't have money.
Yeah.
You don't have a rich family. You just have a name. You have to actually look for something to sustain. Music, artistry is an
Yes.
investment.
Yeah.
You have to put in money. If you don't have that money at that point, you look for something to do. And sometimes it doesn't have to be 9 to 5. I tell artists all the time. Entertainment ni biggie. There are things that relate to your
Yes.
career that you can still do music and still do work and still get paid. You just have to be smart.
Yeah.
Why don't you shoot for people?
Right?
Or why don't you go and look for a job? Why don't you make like make artwork?
Yes.
Do something like go look for a job in a recording label.
true.
Write for people music. There's a lot to be done in the industry, and you don't have to stop doing music.
And then I want you to
And if it is
understand.
too much, then you can actually give yourself a break.
Yes, of
Hustle
course.
for a few years. We've seen Yashinsky did that
Yashinsky
for
did
10
it,
years.
yes.
And did he not come back?
Yeah.
And is he not one of the
He was
most paid?
quiet for 10 years.
Exactly.
Quiet.
Ain't he one of the most paid artists
He
in
is.
Kenya?
He
In
is.
fact, just to book him is 10 million
Look
Kenyan
at that.
shillings. Just to book him, and that's just deposit.
And he
Yeah.
stands on it.
And he
Yeah.
stands on it, and that's why it's rare, because
at
when he
that.
pulls up, you put like 20 million down.
He's not everywhere.
Nobody has ever afforded him for an interview. You know
No,
that.
he can't. They can't.
Yeah,
They
nobody has
can't.
ever afforded Nyashinsky for
Right.
an interview.
So
Good
that's
for
why I
him.
say, Joby, it pays. You just have to be smart about it.
Yeah.
Because there are people who it has paid, might not be even in Kenya. Look, even international artists. You see, the music has paid them generation
It
to
does, it
generation.
does.
Okay.
You just have to be smart
Not
about
okay,
it. So
nice
yes,
about
music
it.
pays, but you gotta be smart.
There's being smart and there's also cartels, okay? There's gatekeepers. There's
I
also
agree.
gatekeepers.
I
okay?
agree.
I can be very smart as I have the best management. I want to get there wherever
Yeah.
I want. But kuna watu wanaitwa gatekeepers. We've spoken about gatekeepers and we
We
know them
we
so
don't
wengi
disagree,
sana.
yes.
We have them, so many of them in this
So,
industry.
of course.
This is the main reason why actually so many artists who have real talent
Yeah.
are not popping on
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
because the
Great.
gatekeepers are scared watatolewa kwenye wako.
threatened.
You know, they're
Yeah.
threatened by the real talent. You
Intimidated.
know, si kwa hapa tu eti unafixiwa, the real talent is showing up itself.
true.
So you're not gonna
That's
give
true.
these people the
Yes.
chance to.
Exactly.
There is that. So as much as no matter how smart I am, Shumani, I can have the best management. I can have what music can pay me for the rest of my life. But there's also gatekeeping.
Joby,
But
music.
also, I
Job-
can actually say,
Mm.
if you're the
There's
real
so many
talent,
things
regardless,
triggering all
you're
that.
gonna pop.
Joby, you
It
will
doesn't
pop.
matter.
Joby, you'll pop because let
If
me
it's
tell you
real
why I
talent,
agree,
you're gonna
why I
pop
disagree.
still.
Listen,
Yeah.
they're gatekeepers,
Yeah.
but they will not gatekeep for
Forever,
life.
yes.
That is what I tell you. Listen, don't be as an artist and all you cry is, oh, there's a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
There's a gate. That is laziness. Put in some work. And I always
Sure.
tell artists, oh, you're crying, you want to get that money. You have 1,000 people who are loyal to you. Put your own show and make your money.
That's
At the
it.
point where you at,
Okay,
you want to
now
actually always claim all the time. Look at what they
Yes.
they pulled up with gatekeepers
Yes.
and they made it. I feel like as an artist, all the time you cry, oh, they are gatekeepers. There is a gatekeeper, but there is always a way kupenya. Sometimes,
Sure.
let me tell you, Joby, somebody's journey is not the same. If this
That's
person made it through this, it doesn't mean everybody has
Yeah.
to. Or this person will make it through that. I have a problem with people just claiming
And
all the
from
time.
their
That's true.
There is
history,
a gatekeeper.
from their
There is-
history,
When
even if-
there's a will, there's a way.
what
There
you shared,
is.
Shimani, you said, or Cardinali, they refuse to play their songs on
Exactly.
radio, on TV, nowhere. And they're like, okay, we have, there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly.
Um,
And
there
their
are
music
people
started
with
playing
that.
on what Wandudi. And look, they're having their own shows. In fact, they don't even wait because I've
Yeah.
never seen any mainstream show that they put maybe Wakadinali blankets and but these guys when they pull up on their show, people pay for that shit. So me, I still believe, however much there is always gonna be somebody who's trying to, but there's always somebody who also wants to listen
How
to you.
hungry are you?
Gatekeepers wanaweza kuwa, but they won't
Yes.
gatekeep for life.
Yes, for sure.
That even if you see, because of course they're threatened by your
there.
talent. That's why when you ask them to do a song with you,
Yes.
they know very well you are talented, and they ask you for 100,000
Look at that.
shillings. Then they know you don't even have 100 bob.
It's
You know,
true.
because they know that you won't get. There's gonna be gatekeepers, but there's always a will. Don't. The smaller you get, 1 + 1 is equals to 2. Don't say, oh, I want to make that million today. Make that 100 bob today. Tomorrow make that 500. That's 700. Make 1,000. That's how you be rich. But if your mind is settled to, oh, there's gonna be somebody who is trying not to make me.
And I'm not gonna.
That's
do
true.
What
the
you
work.
gonna do about
They're
that? They're
stagnated
there.
forever.
What you
Literally.
gonna do about
Like they're there,
there?
whether you like it or not. You know.
Okay.
A different perspective though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't say much.
It's you.
Much on that, but there's a whole lot I know happening. But
Yeah,
anyway.
there is because
It's a
the industry
mindset.
is fucked up.
Yes.
Literally. Look at us in the industry, Job. We've been putting in work. Ask yourself, like, why is it that every time there's that, it's never like that?
Yeah.
Because there are names, bigger names. If you want to do an advertisement, you're
Yeah.
good at that.
Yeah.
But ask a mainstream journalist, they'll give that.
Yeah. Facts.
Why? Because they have names. Because there's a gatekeeper somewhere. Because that and that. But that does not mean you can't actually do a small advertisement for this brand
So
and it
true.
won't
Yeah.
actually make it. There's gonna be gatekeepers in every perspective.
Actually in life.
In life, there's
Forever.
gonna be gatekeepers
Yeah.
everywhere. But the industry is also fucked up. You find a way to maneuver in your space, and when you have it, you have it. Everybody has a space. People
they
will start
see
telling
it.
you.
Yeah.
People will start telling you. 10 years ago, you can't imagine where am I. Even the biggest, let's say Calligraph,
Yeah.
he has a story. Nyashinsky, they have a story. They'll tell you how they knocked those doors and nobody was able to
Yeah.
open. They even say it in their
In the
music.
music, it's
But right
true.
now, they're doing good. Yeah, because they actually pulled up and didn't stop doing
We
it.
literally found a way out of it. As we move forward with that, we have Gloria Oroba, the senator, breaks into tears in the Senate and walks away from chambers after declining to read a pre-written apology. And we talked about this. It's because there was some investigation that was supposed to be done about sexual harassment in parliament, and people are saying,
In Parliament.
yeah, I think with maybe it's her colleague or in the government. And I think she said she has been to court and the case is not moving forward. So they were trying to ban that story, and maybe they threatened her because she said, I'm ready to leave my position, I'm ready to stay without a salary, but I'm not gonna read this pre-written apology. I'm not gonna apologize for being a victim because they're kind of like give her a
Exactly. This African men, you set up a system of tyranny where you preyed on African women. A woman should always be safe around you. That was African people historically. Young women should not have to be worried about being sexually harassed, sexually abused. But these are European cultures that you've adopted, and you made your whole communities filthy. Women should be comfortable within your presence. They shouldn't have to feel like they're going to be sexually abused or sexually afforded, and they don't want your advances to them. If they say no, it's no. I never understood this. Why you want to force yourself on a woman? She doesn't want you. She doesn't want you. That's her right. And you're not supposed to have any kind of be able to retaliate against her or force yourself on her. What kind of mindset is that? That's European. That's their culture. We never force ourselves on our women. They don't want you. They don't want your ass. You don't make it a way that a woman has to sleep with you to get a job or sleep with you to get a position, sleep with you to get in school, and all this other nonsense. But, God, that shit ain't. Go there,
she said, no, I'm not going to read the pre-written apologies for allegedly saying there has been some sexual harassment investigation that should move forward. And it was very emotional. She walked out and she said, I'm not going to apologize for being a victim. Literally.
Apparently she was told to get out of the parliament if she doesn't read the written apology, which was not even hers. According to the law of the senatorial meetings or whatever, you are told that if you're told to apologize, unapewa kitu ya kusema. So looks like she was harassed. She was harassed, sexually assaulted. And it got me just thinking about it. Gloria is a senator, right? All senators are lawyers from my perspective, right? These are people who are learned. These are people who know the law. This and the Mr. Speaker in the Senate is an old person who is a grandfather. Look at it from perspective. You have a sister, you have a daughter, you have a grandchild who is a woman. I'm expecting I'm expecting people in the parliament to be mad because first you're lawyers. Men in parliament are supposed to stand with this woman, number one. But all they do, and even shaming her after. There's one that we read a statement, alikuwa anamwambia, Gloria, all you had to do was just
shaming her after because they've all been doing it.
Exactly.
It's normalized in the culture now.
Like it's not that hard to just
read. And she was like, how am I reading something and I'm a victim? Like, how do I read this apology? And I've been telling, and she even in the video she's telling the speaker, I feel like if I read this apology, it's going to incriminate me. It's going to sound like I have agreed, and yet
it will, Shimani, exactly. She's right.
And it's on live TV.
And it's on, and it, she was
she
was actually even saying, if I read this, it's going to make me look like I've accepted. There is no proper investigations that has been done inside the parliament or even outside to make it look like I was lying. So me by reading this means I have agreed, and no investigation needs to be done.
So I was lying.
Exactly, and she stood by it. She said, I'm ready to lose my seat, I'm ready to lose my salary, but I will not accept being a victim. It got me thinking, if Gloria is a powerful woman, right, very powerful, very articulative, she's a leader in Kenya, how about women on the law who just go through this every day? Each and every day, I think all of us have been passed through that, right? I've been through where we've been sexually harassed, and you call out a man and all they say is, oh, you were provocative. They found excuses. So the man tells you, I will beat you, right? Because he feels like he's a man. You can't talk. Like, in whose hands?
As women, I gotta ask this question. Listen, as women, how do you guys deal with these situations that come up that are so inappropriate?
You just
and to me, that's shocking. I mean, as women, how do you deal with these inappropriate situations that come up all the time? We're trying to get a job, trying to do something. How do you deal with this?
It depends. I personally, let me answer my thought first. If it's on the road like sexual harassment, it depends on the type of woman you are. Some have the confidence to talk back to them and approach them. Some like us will go to you. We will ask you like, what's up, right? There are some who definitely walk out, cry. Cry and just walk out because they can't do anything. Some are even called out names and told, oh, you're the one who actually wore like this to provoke this type of man. It's your fault. The funny thing is, for you to deal with it, you just walk with the man. If they see you with a man, they won't say anything. Even if you wear the most provocative dress, you'll not hear anybody talking. And that's just one man. So I feel like it's an habit where our men are not taught Mostly they're not taught how to respect women. They're not taught how to deal with women. The other time we're looking at this podcast from Nigeria.
I'm talking about in the workplace, though, Shimon. And you're like trying to survive and trying to maybe get a position or trying to further something, and you're met with this. I mean, to me, this shocking behavior. Okay, because I know in Kenya and Nigeria, you had professors and trying to get coochie for grades. I mean, how do you what?
You say no.
How do you deal with? I hope you would say no. How do you even deal with somebody asking you some off the wall?
You say no. Personally, I've said I've lost lots of chances again because of not accepting such kind of favors. You know, for them it's favors. You know, do me a favor. You know, you do me a favor, then you're gonna get this. You know, the favor is you getting your pants down. For me, I've said no. It's like I'd say, if I look at it, I'd say three good opportunities that would have fastened my life if I really wanted, you know, like live good, get good, like quick money, let me say that. And I was like, no way, you're not gonna lure me to do this. One was hookups, you know, I should be hooking up with men. The other one was I was supposed to sleep with someone to get a job position in the mainstream media. You know, like nah. And the other one was also the same kind of offer, you know. Like, do this, you're gonna get this. I was like, nah. You're just saying no. I feel like if you're stupid and if you're desperate, that's when most of the women will find themselves. It's pretty desperation. It's always glad people majority of the women to be sleeping with such kind of people. Because if you try to remember, Keith, there's the time we shared the documentary of the British tea farm where women had to like sleep with this HIV infected man no matter what.
Exactly. Had to sleep with the person to get the job. Yeah. That's what I was thinking about when I was saying this. That's exactly what I was thinking about. That tea farm situation.
Yeah. So you just
because you threaten, now you got the job. If you don't do, you lose your job. So now you lose your livelihood that was allowing you to at least feed your children or feed yourself.
You have to
it's so heinous.
You know,
so
some do agree.
Some do agree.
Some do agree. It's crazy because some do agree because now the job is explaining it comes from a disparate space where you're looking for this job. You have kids.
You really need it.
If you could have had that video you were sharing for the farm, you could find these women. They have deadbeat husbands. They have kids they're taking care of.
Not really. Their husbands actually were there too, and they were fighting for the space too. But the reason why they had to send their women to sleep with this man to get the jobs and for the husbands to get the opportunity too.
Now you
so the more you continue sleeping with this guy, the more your husband is gonna keep on working there as well, because we have robots taking over.
It's giving the Zimbabwe politician where people used to send their wives to go and sleep with them so that he couldn't use
that was Zimbabwe. That was Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial Guinea. And people send their wives to go out and just sleep with this guy because he has information or they want job somewhere and they're threatening you. And people knew because some people knew their wives were sleeping with these people. So it depends on who you are as a woman, because the right job will always come. If you say and then what if you sleep with this person and you don't get that job? What do you do? Do you take your body back?
That job?
You can't do that.
That's what usually happens, Shamani. Because if they know you're going to do it, they're not going to get a job. It's a thing about control and disrespect. Because when you do it, most likely they're not going to give you the job, Shamani. Because now you're a threat to them. You can say, I got this job. He made me sleep with him. They don't want you around them talking that shit. So usually, even when you sleep with a person, you're not going to get the position.
They'll get rid of you eventually.
And sadly, it's never you. If it's always you, then another victim, another victim.
So you're not the only one, honestly.
And if you agree, it will never stop.
Thank you.
Like that's what you never understand. You say, "Man, let me agree on the first time." Oh, he will want more and more and more.
Yes.
And the more he'll want doesn't mean you'll be the last. A new employee will come, and when you stop having sex with this person, they will actually get your job. They will actually get you fired.
It's so true.
So at the end of the day, it depends on who.
Exactly, Siobhan.
He was sick. He had HIV.
Yeah, you can imagine that.
Yeah, so it's just crazy. But on the road, I'd say how we deal with the situations is personally, I'm aggressive. It's only one time I've felt really emotion. Like I was even cry, I almost cried.
Yeah.
But I had makeup and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna. And then I was on the road. I'm like, I'm not gonna cry. If no one can stand up to defend me, then cool. I was coming to work, then I had the yellow dress. I think I told you guys. Then someone grabbed my ass, like I really
and
felt
it's
like,
always that yellow dress.
Yeah.
Stop wearing that
I
dress.
don't know, every time I wear that yellow dress, someone harass me. Someone must touch my butt. I don't know why. So that guy really touched me. That I really felt like, bro. And then he touched me and just turned away. Like he followed me, touched me, and then turned
Just
the other way.
back,
Went back to
like
his
a
route.
cycle.
I was like, this is crazy. Then I was shocked because it's not something that is in my head that someone's gonna touch me. It's like,
Of course.
I felt like I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry so bad, but I just like held it in till I came here. Because that's when I vented to everyone. Come, let's chat. Everyone will give a, so this guy touched my ass. This guy.
They were
so
like, let's go.
Yeah, like so you can get us. So I'm like, where do we go? And I don't even know him.
Yeah.
He just grabbed me and literally turned away. But in most situations, we've faced men. Yeah, we beat men.
Morons.
Yeah, we break noses.
We know people.
Of men
And
who
we know
don't
people
have.
would fuck you up.
Personally, I'm very
manners.
confident, and I think my confidence, because of it growing, I'll come back and ask you, what the fuck did you say?
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck did say it back on my face?
Say it again.
And I'll speak like I'm a cop
I know.
and threaten you. What who you talking to?
Exactly. You don't know me. You don't know who
you don't know who
think
you're
I do.
talking to.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
But most of the women just let it be.
I
you
don't
know.
understand. I can't make one.
Yeah.
It's like that guy. Remember when we
I
were going
go
to
back
the?
to you. I'm like, excuse me.
Remember on
What did
Monday?
you say?
On Monday when we
And
were
they
going to
called
the
you out
market.
On Monday.
That guy who was following us,
Yes,
that guy
yes.
is notorious. That is
Yes.
his behavior. So
Oh,
do us.
he came back again and again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
He came
even
back at the time
when we
we
were leaving here in the
at
office in the evening, me and Iwaton,
Yeah.
he was down here.
Yeah,
Now
exactly.
this time when you guys told me not to, I stood.
That
I
is
didn't
his
move.
notorious behavior.
Yeah.
So if you run away from him, he keeps on following you.
And I stood up when it was
Me, I've told
talking.
him
Yeah.
I'll
And
smack
Shimoni
your
was like,
face.
Shimoni almost beat him up.
I
at
told
that
him
time.
I
Yeah,
will beat you.
me
I
too.
told him I'm gonna get the slap.
And he
Because
left.
he's
slap
drunk
you.
number. I don't know if he's always drunk or sober or if he has
He
some
was
mentally he's
drinking.
okay.
Yeah.
He's not okay.
He just left at that moment.
He just left and I told him,
did
let me
walk
call you
out.
the security.
Yeah.
And then he just crossed. I'm like, this man knows what he's doing.
I said one day I'm gonna beat him.
We should.
Eh, I'm gonna
Definitely.
beat the shit out of
I'm
him.
like, oh. It is,
don't know
and
what
then
he's saying.
if you definitely show that
Yes.
you're scared,
Yeah.
that's what they do.
This
We don't
time I
promote
stood.
violence
I stood with
on Black
Shimoni,
on Fire.
and he didn't do
He
anything.
didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That man is crazy.
He should be reported.
But let
honestly.
nobody mess with you.
Yes,
One time I
don't
was
allow it.
working with friends of mine, the dude. So I was like, people, you know the way kwa stage watu wanakuongeleanga ama wanakushika sana.
Yeah.
I felt like these people, they're going to call me and they told me, Shmani, don't show any fear. The moment you try and show that you're scared of these people, they'll do
That's
something.
when they do crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he told me never show weakness to a bozo. Never. Like stand still
Yeah.
and show the confidence.
Like,
Whatever you add.
try and do it.
Like try and do it and see who you're messing with. Because they never know. You might be the daughter
Yes,
of the
yeah.
president.
It's true.
They don't know. Maybe your father is DCI or CID.
It's true.
They never know who you is.
They don't know if you're going to put up them peel over mamba karate moves.
Exactly. They don't even know if you do
Or
martial
some
arts.
pepper spray. Or you have some
Exactly.
weapon with you.
I think we
I'm
should
getting
get some
a
peppers.
taser
We should
and
get a
pepper
pepper
spray.
spray or a taser. We need
For
I
to.
need
sure.
Mostly us. We need to
Yeah,
do
I'm
that.
getting
I've been waiting for Jeffrey to buy that pepper spray for a year and a half now.
I know, man. I know. The Nigerian left. That's why I stopped.
It's on the way. But as we're literally winding up this beautiful Wednesday on Tubonge with amazing, uplifting, mind-opening conversation with a beautiful, amazing, gorgeous, magical panel with me. Let's listen into what Gloria Oroba was talking about in regards to this conversation.
Having had your advice and noting that by reading this apology, I will be incriminating myself, noting that this is attached to
Just a moment, I shared with Mr. Nessa.
my work, I find that very unfair. Mr. Speaker,
Yes,
I stand by my dignity and I stand by where I am, and I have no option. Where you have left me, I have no option but to walk away from my duties, because I cannot read an incriminating statement on a matter that has not been investigated. And Mr. Speaker, as it stands, I want to say that this being the last statement that I make, I continue to stand by my statements, and I want to say that it is truly unfair that an incriminating statement is being put in an apology so that I can tie myself down to something that has not been investigated, not by Parliamentary Service Commission, not by this House, not by an independent. Mr. Speaker, having had, so therefore, Mr. Speaker, I have no option but to actually walk away from chambers as you have directed, Mr. Speaker. And having said that, I would also want to inform this House that it is happening to me now, but it is going to happen to you in the future. Because I am not fighting anyone. I am actually saying I reported a case, it has not been investigated, and the powers that be are actually influencing a process so that I can incriminate myself and therefore perjure myself in a court case that is ongoing. I find this very unfair, and this being the upper house, Mr. Speaker,
Those men, lady, all know that they're guilty. They know they're guilty.
Not going to change a salary.
They're not going to investigate themselves, ma'am. They're not going to investigate themselves. They know you're telling the truth.
Investigated. I can stay without the salary, I can stay without the position, Mr. Speaker, and I still continue to say it is unfair that someone who has reported a matter is being taken through this. So therefore, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And she walked out, and this is what the Speaker said.
Next order.
That's what he had to say. But I'm glad.
He said next order. I don't give a shit what this bitch talking about.
Yeah.
Next order.
It's true, that's what
That's
he said.
disrespectful.
That's what he said.
So therefore, Mr. Speaker,
Yeah, because they're all guilty in the time. They set up a system that allows sexual assault and sexual abuse because they benefit from it.
That's what they're showing us.
I have no option.
Yeah.
That's, where is that?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next order.
The audacity. But I'm excited that Gloria Oloba stood on fundamental truth.
So you ask yourself, women are the majority in Kenya, the overwhelming majority. So why are women allowing men who are fucked up in the head to rule them? Huh? Women are the majority. Women can take over the government with their vote. What's the population here time? Women to men in Kenya. Ask Google that before we leave. What's the population breakdown? Women to men. 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1. Say how many Kenyan women and how many Kenyan men. I know it's overwhelmingly women, as in every African country, because the women are the majority. Why are you letting men rule you then? You can change it overnight.
23.5 million males, 24.0 females.
So that means you're a million, so that means you are a million more than a million. I think it's more than that. I don't believe them numbers, but they say you're only a million more.
49.5% males and 50.5% females.
Yeah, they say that you're only a million. Yeah, 50% you're the majority, but they're saying you're only a million, a small majority. But nevertheless, you are the majority. I don't believe those numbers. I believe it's more than that. I believe that women are maybe 55% and the men about 45%. I believe it's about 10%. So anyway, you're the majority. You can change it overnight.
Yeah.
If you have confidence like Shimani, Joby, you can change it overnight. You can change all these unfair rules to women because you're the majority in every African country. You women, you're the majority. Good. Go ahead, Gary.
We're literally winding up with that, but before we wind up, let me hear to. You've been hearing this a lot. I'm gonna play it again for you to hear what Sam is telling you about.
Anything that isn't the truest form of myself is beneath me. We were knitted uniquely together in our mother's womb. You weren't made to conform to the world. You weren't made, because you're conforming to the world is a worse off place. Why? Because you refuse to tap into the light that is uniquely yourself.
So, are you fighting people?
I'm fighting myself. I'm so mad because I care about what people think. I've reduced myself to the substance of this world. I'm unique. That's what I am. Alien superstar.
You're not alien. Superstar is okay. Alien, no.
You conform to the standards of the world, and also download our app on the Google Play Store to find your.
Sound like his ass has been eating too much British pork.
Supplements on the website and also on the Google Play Store. Let's listen into the health and benefits of brain focus before we wind up.
Unlock your full potential with brain and focus. a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
And so it's super affordable, as you also get yourself apparel clothing with the Black Hot Fire Radio logo on it. You can leave up or order as you pay slowly. But that's it with me here on Tubonge. I'm sending you so much love and light, and have a magical Wednesday and the rest of your week. You are the change you see in the world. Much love.
Much love, family. See you guys tonight on the Africa Today show as you get to check what Trump is trumping on the Africa Today show tonight.
Thank you so much for tuning. Same time, same place next time. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening.
Cheers.
Feel the